Hello, hello. Italian here, back with some more Genshin Impact speed paints. Today we've got uh, this nice little desert scene with a lovely oasis here. So yeah, I think let's get started. Last time I kind of got tripped up by colors, but I will be more vigilant going forward. Oh my gosh, no, stop doing things, please. There definitely are some cool color things going on here. Like I love the kind of glow in the water over here, and then the shadows and reflections on this part. Um, and then up in the grass, there's this really distinct contrast between the parts that are in shadow and the parts that are in the light. And I think that is quite cool. The creature has, of course, once again decided to grace us with her presence, as is normal. I think that'll do for a sketch. Let's see. I guess I'll do what I normally do and just start out with the sky in the background. It needs to be a little bit lighter than that. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then getting lighter down towards the bottom. Get a lighter brush just to blend things out a little bit. Get more of that like really light color. You know what? I'm just going to go in there with white. Just whiten this up a little bit. I definitely do want some more of that like tealish color in there. And then let's go blend that. Clouds will happen later, I think. I feel like the bottom part here still isn't quite light enough, but it's good enough. All right. Now I think there's going to be kind of 4 main layers, kind of in terms of the distance. So like one for this stuff all the way in the back, one for this part here, one for the water, and then one for the foreground part. Though this one I might actually end up splitting into two just because these colors are so different from each other that I'm going to have issues with them blending together if I put them on the same layer. But I don't know, maybe it'll work out. Um, let's start with this bit. Just get ourselves a nice orangey yellowy color. Is that too bright? Actually, might not be bright enough. That's probably too much. Maybe? I don't know. This area is quite bright. That's closer, I think. Hi, creature. Or did I turn my stabilization way down last time? Okay. All right, I think that works. Just get this shape. Kind of like that, I think. I ended up making this much lower than it was on my original sketch. Is that okay? No, I think I should bring it up a little bit. Maybe like that. I can adjust that later too. I guess let's just continue going forward with the water. This is going to be a little bit tricky to put down a base color because there are so many colors in here. Maybe I should just try to put multiple colors. No, I think I can blend stuff over it later. I might regret my hubris when that comes to pass, but we'll try. That actually might be a decent starting color for this. It's definitely darker than the stuff here and here, but we can lighten that. Yeah, why not? Let's try that. So kind of like that, maybe? Let's go with that. Oh, actually, I also do want to put this bit over on the other layer. Although maybe it should be in a different color. You know what? I'm just going to draw kind of the lighter parts of it. And then we can fill in the rest later. Wait, this is completely in the wrong place. This should be like over here. Kind of like that. Just kind of a light, gentle outline of it that will go over in darker colors later. This layer, I'm going to try to do this all in one layer, but just not color it with the same base color. Okay, so this mostly is this kind of brownish color. Maybe. I think that works. There's also some kind of greens in there that I can put in later. And I think I'll also use this color for that little island here. Oh dear. The island kind of feels more orangey, but it's close enough. And then this part here is kind of similar in shade to this part, but more green. I'm just actually going to grab that color and greenify it. Oof, not that. It's maybe too green. Maybe something like that. That's maybe okay. No, that's too much. I think that might be pretty decent. The interesting thing with this color is that it actually ended up not really being significantly more towards green than the other one. Like, where was it? Was this the original color? And then it went to here. Okay, it is somewhat towards the green end of the spectrum, but not a lot more. like a kind of orangey part here, and then more greens coming in some of these places. Actually, I think this color is sort of the most green, and I'm going to have to put in more of the yellows and oranges in here. I think I might go and do that actually. So like here, for instance, it's more yellowy. Oh dear, program's lagging. I'm eventually going to have to put in some more of that grass texture, but not quite yet. I'm going to have to really go in with something more orangey. Kind of like that, I think. That should do it. Then let me put in some of these rocks and maybe those background rocks real quick. And then I can start going in with the details like all this and the bushes and stuff here and the trees. Let's start with the very back rocks. Those are going to be just above the sky layer. And I think maybe I'll try to take that sand color and just try to brush it in very lightly over the blue. That's not working very well. Nah, I need an actual color. Let's see. It's a grayish color. Probably. No, not that. That's maybe okay. Let's be a little bit pinker. Kind of like that, perhaps. I think that'll do. And a little bit of those over here. Oops. I think I'm going to need to fill in some more stuff over here to make that work. Some other little rock formations and whatnot in the background. Those are probably going to need some more shading, but I think they're okay for now. I'm actually going to go in here and put in some of these bits with that color, just kind of make them more in the background. All right, so there's that. And now let's do the rocks here and here. I'm maybe going to take the original sand color and go in here and kind of do the same thing that I did with the other place. Just put in a little bit of that. And now let's get the darker colors in there. Actually, I wonder if I could just use that brown I had earlier. Maybe I could just use this. Maybe. It kind of works. I feel like it needs to be brighter. Yeah, let's undo that. Just get like a more saturated brown in there. Whoa, oops. How about that? Smidge darker. Not too much. That looks pretty good. Oh, wrong layer. Sorry. This layer. All right. So in this part, it's very bright, but then in these parts, it kind of fades back into the background more with that like uh, kind of bluish haze of the atmospheric perspective. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful with that. This part I can put in pretty brightly. Oops. But these farther back ones, I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful with. I don't know if I should go and grab a different color for them or what. I'm gonna try to just maybe blend in some of that yellow. That's looking okay, I think. I don't know, I feel like it came out too bright. I think it's all right for now. All right, I kind of want to save first. Can't forget to save regularly. I kind of want to go in with some of the reflections on the water there. Maybe I can try just taking the sand color and just putting it directly on there. It might not blend in a very pretty way, but I can try. Yeah, that's not blending very well. I think I need to use something lighter. Yeah, I think that's working better. I think we kind of need to push back this edge a little bit. Should be more water there. Maybe like that. Now let's just make sure to get the water color back. Was that the right color? I think it might have been this one actually. And light color. Okay, and then back to the reflections. Uh-oh, program's lagging again. Maybe I need to go even lighter actually. Especially over here, this part is very light. All right. Then there's some areas in here that are darker and they're kind of like greener too. So I'm going to try to put that in as well. So like, would that do? It needs to be much darker than that. I think that's kind of doing it. Mm-hmm. And right here, there's this bit that has more of this kind of reddish purplish tinge. Hmm. Oh no, stop moving. All right, here I think I'm actually maybe going to try to take like the bright brownish color and put that in there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Basically just take all of the colors that are outside and show them reflected in the water. Put more of that brown in here. Oh, come on. Pen, please. How's that? That looking okay? All right, I think that's looking pretty nice. I actually might want to smooth out this back part just a little bit. Maybe take the light color and just like, just a little bit, oops. Just as it gets farther away and it gets more indistinct. I think I have a little bit too much of a blue edge here because this part almost kind of blends in to the ground. Actually, if anything, around the edge of the water on the land side, there's more of a brown edge to it. Let's erase some of that just a little bit. Oops, almost elbowed my water off the table. All right, I think that's coming along nicely. Oh boy, I should probably put in this building at some point too. First things first, let me put in that kind of bank over there. Let's get the brown in there. And it'll kind of blend in with the yellow to be not quite as bright, which I think is what we want in this case. Actually, this is a lot more orange than that brown. So maybe we do want to change that. Oh my goodness, stop. How about this? Is that better? I think that's, it's not perfect, but it's kind of close. Actually, over here on this edge, I can put in a bit of that brown. Because this part is kind of darker. All right, yeah. We're getting there. All right, let's go in with this building. Okay, I think priority 1 is put in the building. Priority 2 is put in the palm trees. And then after that, I think I'll start putting in some detail in this area with the bush and some of these other colors and the little flowers and stuff. Okay, first things first, building. Honestly, I think we might be able to just get away with using the brown. No, that's way too bright. Actually, maybe this orange might be better. It's kind of hard to tell the shape of this building. This is some kind of like village rural thing. And there's also like a rock stripe behind it that I'm kind of missing. You know what? I'm just gonna put that in real quick. Okay, kind of like that, I guess. And then underneath that, in basically the same color, is this little Leechurl camp thing. I can maybe even go in with this color for the bottom of it. It ended up blending into the. Don't blend, please. This isn't working. Oh, that's maybe all right. Let's try to go in with some of the. Oh no, what happened? Some darker parts. Hope they don't blend too much. Like that, I think. That's okay for a little Leechurl camp, I think. Let's maybe get some of this foliage in there while we're at it. It's kind of indistinct, so it's hard to figure out where that should go really, but it's like, oops. It's mostly this kind of grayish color. Actually, I'm also realizing that I think this bit here is too yellow. I want to put it more orangey. Is this the original color? Yeah, I think so. Let's just put that more towards the red spectrum and go into its original layer and just go right ahead and orangify it just a little bit. I don't like how that looks. There we go. I think that's helping. Okay, cool. Now go back to what I was doing with the plants. Get something like this maybe. Actually, I should go in with my colors here. Just make that a little bit too much. Is that okay? No, that's not visible enough. Okay, I think this will do it. Okay. Oh, there's also this random rock structure here, but for now I'll leave that alone, I think. I think it's tree time. I'm gonna have to do separate layers for the trunks and the leaves. The leaves are actually kind of gonna be interesting color-wise because they're like kind of green and brown, but also like towards the top here, they're getting blended into the sky more. All right, let's. Is this an okay tree color? No, that's not nearly bright enough. That's too bright. I think that's good. All right, do that, and then two more of a. Oops. Kind of like that, I think. All right, there's that, and then let's do the leaves. What color do I make these leaves? I think the brighter part of the leaves are kind of similar to this bit, but there's also some kind of darker and even redder parts. Oh, that's too much. I think I'm maybe going to start with this actually. Maybe? Maybe not. Well, this leaf in particular is very red, so I don't know if I even want to put it in with the green. This is another case of the like tricky colors. I think the redder I'm going with that, the better it's getting. You know what? Where's the color that I was using for the tree trunks? This one? I'm just going to go in with this and then add green to it later. This tree is kind of greener than the big one. All right, well, let's do this for now. This one also seems to be kind of greener. All right, let's take one of these greens and just like maybe put it in here. I think maybe I need something even greener, just so when it blends into the brown, it stands out more. And a lot of these lower leaves are kind of more yellow. I definitely need to get darker in some of these as well. Let's try going for some yellows. Is this a good yellow? No. How about that? Let's try with that. Okay, that's looking okay. Let's try to put some of the reds in there. I know I'm running short on time already, but more red, like really red. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's okay for that. And now I need to really get in with dark, I think it's dark green in there. Like this. Yeah, I think that should do it. Oh man, these palm trees are looking so messy. But I guess that's what happens when you have an hour to speed paint something. Okay. I think that's maybe as good as we're going to get the palm trees. We have like 8 minutes. What can we do in that time? I really want to get more detail in here. First of all, let's actually, maybe we can just use this green and get a little bit more of the green colors in there. Oh dear. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, cool, cool. Oh boy, and we haven't gotten any of that grass texture either. All right, I want to try putting in that bush there. I think if we take this green and then that red from earlier, maybe this is too red. No, that's actually pretty good. Okay, bush, bush, bush. Can we just, the one time it's like not, get some more of that texture there. Okay, I think I might just put the grass on a separate layer just so it doesn't blend like it was when I was doing it like that. Oops. Oh well. Maybe I should have just done the two sides on two different layers. Oops. Actually, let me just go in and like rough up the border here to make it like more convincing. Yeah, probably should have just gone two separate layers. Oh well. And let's take a lighter color and put in some of this as well. Just get some more grass texture going in here. A little bit of that green. Maybe some of this red also with the grass texture. I don't know if that's really coming out at all. It's all blending in a little bit. All right, I do kind of want to put in more texture on these back rock formations, but I don't know if I really have time for that. I'm gonna try to grab a new layer and just put in some of these plants here. Can I just take this dark green? Is that going to work? That's maybe a little too green. Should just be more neutral, more of a brown black kind of situation. Oops. Uh-oh, I accidentally got rid of all of them. Why does this keep happening? Maybe I should do the flowers first. So they seem to be white flowers, but they're kind of in that shadow. So they're going to be kind of, let's take the reddish color and then just kind of use that. How's that? Yeah, that's actually quite close. Like these. Just kind of a little dotting of them way back here. And a little bit over here. Whoops. Over here too. And then for some of the more noticeable ones, just put in, oops, put in their stalks real quick. Maybe it actually needs to be even darker. I don't want to go full black, but ah, okay, that's good, pretty good. We have like a minute left. I'm gonna see if I can go with like a, is this color gonna work for that? Maybe even just go more. How about that? It's not really the right color, but I don't really need the right color. I just want some texture in there, you know, even if it's not necessarily accurate. Kind of like that, I guess. Oh shoot, I forgot about the clouds. I'm gonna try to put those in real fast. Clouds are always good to have. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get a small brush. Oh, what I did, oh my gosh. Why? Glove, why are you betraying me again? Actually, see if I can get some of the cloud shadows in there. That's way too dark. It feels like too gray. How's that for clouds? Those okay clouds? Maybe. All right. I think that's about it. I think this one came out all right. I think the color of these things bothers me a little bit. I think it just turned out too bright yellow. And the palm trees are definitely a little bit of a mess, but I think there's just so many colors in these leaves here that I actually think I did as decent a job as I could with my time restriction. Yeah, especially like towards the top, they kind of start fading more into the sky. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's all right. I do like how this front portion came out. I think the colors match decently well, and I managed to get the flowers in there and everything. So that's not too bad. And the water, I mean, water's tough. I think it has the same vibe. It matches the vibe, even if it's not necessarily a perfect recreation. But yeah, I'm definitely more satisfied with this one than last week's. Last week's was a little bit tough. Actually, let's do the same thing that we did last week and compare some of the colors. So let's actually take like, even like this part, I think is probably the least bad of this rock. So let's just compare the colors there. Oh boy, look at that. Bright red. I mean, not bright red, but it's like, it's very red. Well, it's like it's not very saturated. It's like a medium red, while mine is just totally yellow orange. Ooh, it's quite a difference. And let's try these back ones. These are going to be totally different. This is going to be like really blue. Yeah, it's purple. Ooh, look at how far it moves along this color wheel. Why is that? That's so weird when you think about it. Because it's basically like a yellowish color that's just it's fading into the background there, into, you would think it would like fade into the blue of the sky. I guess when you kind of go from yellow and go towards blue, you end up in this purpley area. That's so interesting. I would not have thought that was like red or purple. Yeah, it kind of got me a little bit again, huh? And I can see that the same thing is happening over here, that this rock here is also very red. That's so interesting. I kind of want to try the water shadows too. Let's do a comparison there. See? Whoa, the hue is actually almost spot on. But the actual color is definitely somewhat darker. I think it's because of the way the colors blend when I paint them in. I was using a dark color, but then it just blended into the lighter colors. And then let's try this area. I think mine ended up lighter. Yeah, it's very gray. Oh, wow. I think it's another case of blending, that I was using a yellow for it, but the yellow disappeared into the blue, and didn't end up being as yellow as it should be. That's so interesting to compare. But anyway, I think I like to obsess over colors, but I think that's not necessarily the perfect end goal of this exercise. I don't need to get all the colors spot on. But yeah, it is fun to kind of look at the differences and see like what I saw versus what was actually there. So yeah, thanks for watching. And we actually will not have a Speedpaint Sunday next week. I might try to move it to Saturday, or I might end up having to skip it. But yeah, most of next week is going to be playing Slay the Princess, so I hope you join me for that. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, and then, like I said, no Speedpaint Sunday. I'll keep you posted on the schedule. So yeah, thanks again. Have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in a future video. Bye.